Welcome back to Blind Item Breakdown. Our first item is about Jennifer Lawrence and her allegedly soon-to-be ex-husband, Cook Maroney. Good riddance. This blind item reads, the Oscar winner who changed her face and used to send nudes all the time is trying to settle her divorce before the split becomes public knowledge. If Jennifer is filing for divorce against Cook, I'm happy about that because he gives me the creeps. Remember, Emily Ratajkowski exposed him for having a large nude image of her in his living room without her consent. Trevor's asking, did Jennifer just dump her husband Cook because he got laid off from his art gallery job? Heartless if so. In response to her plastic surgery, this person says, it's a shame. She was so pretty before. Has to be Jennifer Lawrence. Definitely looks different. Yep, her face looks lopsided now from all the filler. It is bizarre to me how everyone is just showing off their new faces ever since Kris Jenner came out with her new face that actually kind of looks like it's starting to fall. Now, in the past, Jennifer Lawrence had denied plastic surgery, saying that she has a very round baby face and losing weight has changed how her face looks. But in this new era where everyone's revealing the work that they've had done, she's now talking. So Jen talks about filler and Botox. She claims that she hasn't had a facelift just yet, but it sounds like she's ready to schedule it because she's getting her boobs done this November. And it looks like she's getting them done because she has a nude scene in the spring that she wants to look fresh for. That is quite a commitment to a scene in a movie, to go and alter your body for it. But I'm not buying that she's just played around with a little bit of Botox and filler.
So fans are noticing that Jennifer Lawrence looks really different these days and they can't really figure out why. And so let's break it down. Starting from her brows now are very different shape than when we first started to know her. They're much more arched, they're in a higher position. Could be done with a chemical brow lift, i.e. with Botox, but it can also be done surgically with a brow lift. And then moving on down, and her tear troughs are no longer there. I don't like getting rid of tear troughs completely. I think it makes people look very odd. This can be achieved with either fat grafting and or with fillers. Next, moving on to her lips. They were a little bit thinner before, which looked beautiful. I love that on her. Now it looks like she's had them volumized, maybe with some filler. And lastly, her jawline is a totally different shape than it was before. Before, it was a little bit more of that V, cute little chin projection. And then now it seems like she's a little bit more square on the bottom. Could be due to jawline filler, could be due to just a lot of heaviness here just coming down maybe. So Jennifer Lawrence, certainly a very stunning woman, but certainly has had a lot of these little tweaks all at once. I think there's a place for aesthetics, but it is really important to still maintain the essence of you.
Now let's get into Justin Bieber and his friendship with Kyle Massey. We've talked about Kyle Massey. We've exposed Kyle Massey before because he has done weird things with minors, okay? The north of the border singer is going to get banned from the streamer if he keeps sharing the camera with a convicted child you-know-what guy. Every time it seems like Justin's doing better, he's just doing too much. I mean, this streaming that he's been doing every single day just looks exhausting, and some of the people that he's bringing into his inner circle are clearly problematic. I mean, Haley is not going on stream. I don't know what she has against this, but clearly she has something against it. And honestly, I trust her judgment. This comment says that, oh, he's rank, disgusting. Another person said, never heard of him, probably for the best. I actually am familiar with Kyle Massey, not just because of my work here on YouTube, but because I grew up and I saw him on the TV screen, and it's so creepy to think that this man is still welcomed in Hollywood. Kyle is currently being charged with crimes of sending pictures and messages to a 13-year-old as an adult man. In June 2021, he was formally charged with one count of immoral communication with a minor. This was linked to allegations of sending a large volume of explicit digital content to a 13-year-old between 2018 and 2019. If you guys remember that show, That's So Raven, Kyle was on that show, and I don't even think that Raven could have seen this coming. What is it with Justin Bieber and linking up with these creeps? Like, did he not learn anything from the Diddy trial? Here's a clip where Kyle Massey is walking into Justin Bieber's stream, and it feels like he's just walking into home. Also, that warehouse seems so dark and like dingy. Like, it needs some fresh air in there.
Yeah, I'm confused. Oh, okay.
How you doing? I've probably seen Kyle. Okay.
Cardi B's love life is so complicated right now, and the timing is not great with her album rollout, her tour, her pregnancy. This blind item reads, even though Cardi's pregnant and the father, Stefan Diggs, has 3 or 4 other women pregnant right now, the former A-list rapper is hooking up with another guy. A lot to unpack here. So Cardi's hooking up with another guy, but she's like also super pregnant right now, which, I guess, whatever. And Stefan Diggs has what, like 3 or 4 other ladies pregnant? This person asked, didn't Cardi just have a kid? And this person added, yep, and she's pregnant again. As someone once said, players only love you when they're playing. And it looks like Cardi B's boyfriend, Stefan Diggs, is expecting twins with Kiki from Drake's In My Feelings. That sentence doesn't even feel real. I guess Kiki's literally the person Drake made this song about. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? So you'll never ever. Then I always just like mumble the rest of it. So I guess if you're keeping score, he's got 4 children with 4 different women. Cardi's pregnant, possibly another set of twins coming through, and then possibly another set of twins are coming through. That's what some of this reporting is saying. I was really rooting for Cardi B to find the love of her life because Offset sucks. But at this rate, I don't think that this relationship's healthy at all.
It's a boy. That's enough for me. I can't wait to make him do push-ups and sit-ups and run around.
Our next blind item is about KHLOÉ Kardashian and Tristan Thompson. Talk about a toxic couple. I guess the illiterate reality star means she hasn't been with someone new in 3 years, but she's been with her baby daddy. I have been keeping up with the Kardashians this season because my boyfriend's into it. Typically, I watch the clips. But KHLOÉ is trying to say that she hasn't gotten intimate with anyone in 3 years. This blind item says it's not the case. I mean, Tristan is like post up in her home. It would make sense if there's something going on there, which honestly good for KHLOÉ. I would rather her like not die alone. I mean, Tristan sucks, but she's already accepted that. So if she's going to be with him, like, great. She's not going to be alone, you know, just by Chris's side all day. It seems like she's always just waiting by Chris's side. This comment says, I don't think that KHLOÉ's hooking up with him. I knew this blind item was coming. This person writes, when I read the article on Daily Mail, I thought she was still banging Tristan for sure. Doormat. Suze says that she probably thinks that she could fix him. We'll laugh if she gets pregnant off her baby daddy again. How is she going to explain that one away? Sperm donor? Now, KHLOÉ said that she hasn't gotten intimate in over 3 years, and she shares the bed with her cat, Gray. So KHLOÉ's saying that she hasn't had sex in over 3 years. So she's a Sahara Desert over there. And that she shares the bed with her cat, Gray, which shout out to Gray and all the cats that are watching with you. We love cats on this channel and dogs. But KHLOÉ is saying on the Kardashians that she doesn't even have a roster, which I feel like, honestly, this could be a way of KHLOÉ trying to put the word out there that she's looking for a better man, but also having Tristan as her plan B at home.
KHLOÉ Kardashian is 3 years celibate, she said on one of the latest episodes of the Kardashians. I don't blame her. She's smart. I don't understand. She is so funny, so smart, so pretty. She had 2 guys fuck her over majorly. And for what? And then what did she do? She still cares and loves for them, has children with one of them, and is still like a kind person. And it's like, how do you do that? How do you do that when these guys are just like using you, shitting all over you? And here's the thing though, it's not personal because they do it to everybody. You think that they were like, let me fuck with KHLOÉ because she's such a bad person. She's amazing. They didn't plan it like that.
One thing that caught me off guard recently was Lamar Odom's Twitter. Why do I feel like Twitter or X or whatever is where people go to crash out, like aka Kanye West? But this tweet reads, Grace carried me when strength couldn't. No, Lamar, her name is KHLOÉ. And he's tweeting like all of these random pictures and videos, him playing like basketball. Every storm runs out of rain. Like, what are you talking about? Here he is, I guess, being pictured with pain doesn't scare me anymore. And look, is she with like, there's one of Kourtney's kids. There's KHLOÉ. Like, why is he sharing these? Another one, the vibe is simple. No stress, no mess. Is he like crashing out, sharing all of these like Kardashian pictures? Not the little horse. Aww. Super cute. There's a reason why Hollywood stars always seem to walk away from scandals untouched. Just like there's a reason why Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm. Most regular people, including me, don't have a legal army behind them. And if you're injured in an accident, insurance companies try their best to pay you as little as possible. That is where Morgan & Morgan comes in. With over 1,000 attorneys and 100 offices across the country, they are built to fight for regular people, not corporations. In Florida, a client was offered $350 $50,000 by an insurance company. Morgan & Morgan stepped in and got them $12 million. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome, but these stories are what they do every day. And it's easier than ever. You don't have to deal with those piles of paperwork. You also don't have to pay anything up front. You can even start your claim right now within minutes by using your phone. You could get started by scanning the QR code on the screen using your phone's camera. Remember, the fee is free unless they win. If you ever find yourself injured, then check out Morgan & Morgan. Again, you could start your claim today by scanning the QR code or visiting the link in my description below. It's fast, it's simple, and it could change everything. Now, this is some interesting Disney tea, and Hilary Duff is coming out with her new single. I think it's titled Mature. Let me know if you guys will be streaming it in the comments below. This blind item includes Hilary, but also Frankie Muniz. It reads, what the former tween actor left out of his recent interview is the reason he wanted someone other than Hilary Duff to play opposite him. And it's because he wanted someone who would sleep with him, and the Disney actress turned him down cold. Good job, Hilary. Now, Frankie did do a recent interview, and he made some bizarre statements, not only about his time working with Disney, but also about Hilary Duff and her family. Cheyenne says it's very petty to do an interview trashing someone's mom 20 years after the fact. So back in 2003, they worked on Agent Cody Banks together, and in this interview, Frankie says, I'm turning 40 next month, and I'm like, so many people only see the positive or the fake side of what people want to see, right? Even social media, for the most part, is like your best images. Oh, look where I'm at, even though you probably didn't even enjoy it. He sounds kind of miserable, but he says that they were best friends, him and Hilary, from 12 to 13 years old. He said they had a falling out because of Hilary's mom, Susan's behavior during the casting of Agent Cody Banks. Quote, I was on the set of Lizzie McGuire and I was in Hilary's dressing room and her mom was there. Her mom asked him, like, do you know what you're doing this summer? And he said, I'm going to be filming this movie where I'm playing like a junior James Bond. Then it looks like Susan was asking him if the film needed a female lead. By the next morning, it looks like Hilary Duff was cast in the role. At the time, it looks like he was wanting Kristen Curick to play his on-screen love interest. And remember, this blind item said that he probably wanted Kristen to play that love interest because he wanted to do something nasty.
Her mom was like super intense. I've actually never told this story. And I was on the set of Lizzie McGuire and I was in Hilary's dressing room and her mom was there. I'm gonna say the epitome of a stage mom. She was intense. Hilary was so cool, you know, we had an awesome relationship, but her mom was like super intense. So her mom was like, do you know what you're doing this summer? What are you doing this summer? And I go, I'm filming this movie where I'm playing like a junior James Bond. It's called Agent Cody Banks. And she's like, is there a girl that could be like Hilary, that would be good for Hilary? I knew in my contract, I had to say who the girl was going to be. The next day, and her mom was like, guess what? We're going to be spending the summer together. She's like, could we film that in Vancouver as well? She's like, we're going to be up in Vancouver together. I'm like, oh, what's Hilary filming? Like, she's going to be filming a movie up there too? That's awesome. She's like, no, she's doing Cody Banks with you. And I looked at her and I went, no, she's not. And she's like, they signed the contract last night. And I'm like, the movie you knew nothing about yesterday, you signed, how, is that possible? I wasn't mad. It was just like shocking. Calls were made and they knew that Hilary and I were really close and I was filming her show. So they just assumed
it was fine.
It was fine. I wasn't thrilled about it. I was very sad when Hilary's mom would come on set. And if I told you I've never talked to Hilary since the last day of filming, I've not said one word to her since then.
Our next blind item is about Nicki Minaj. I've got a new video about her being put into a conservatorship that'll be coming out soon. This item reads, the foreign-born former A-list rapper doesn't even have $30 million in her bank account for someone to steal. So it's just more lies from her. There are some reports that Nicki has like schizophrenia and could be in a psychosis, but again, we will explore that in that video, so make sure to subscribe to check that out. But Nicki Minaj claims that she has been robbed about $25,000 and people are using her Amex without her permission. I don't know who would have your Amex. I mean, Nicki, who's in that home with you? Maybe some of your employees? Maybe your husband? Like, has he ever actually had a job? No shade again, but like, what is his career? But she had a crash out on Instagram making all these statements that she's going to figure out who these people are and put them behind bars. I'm not the only person who thinks that it could be the husband. I mean, even Cardi B said that he was stealing from her. Cardi said that Nicki's husband uses her credit card to buy the hood chains and that Nicki just passes out from all the drugs, so she doesn't know. And there have been like blind items before in the past that we've talked about that talk about Nicki's issues with pills. Remember her song, Pills and Potions? Somebody said, ask your husband and his pals he'd be bringing into your house. But there are also other people in Nicki Minaj's inner circle, like Raw, someone who's worked with her for many years, who's had some allegations around them that they are really upset over because they don't want their career to be tarnished. But you know, someone like Nicki has like stylist, hair, and makeup people, and that's where people are starting to think the money could be taken from. But again, I don't know how they would like access her MX. Like, are they going into her purse and like taking pictures of the card? That's the only thing I could imagine.
Here's the thing, Nicki Minaj may have a reputation for being crazy, but she's never had a reputation for being a liar. Ra, on the other hand, we've all known you to be kind of sketchy. We never really knew what you did for a living, or how did all of these people know you? Know that you're just violent and you fight a lot. You get what I'm saying? You always end shit, you into it with everybody. That's really all we know about you. Not saying I believe either side, but if I had to pick a side, you know, I'm going, just when they thought it was safe to play, I hit them with the NIC to KI. Now, I try not to speak too much on people with platforms or celebrities as a whole, but I mean, look at Ra Ali's track record. Every bitch that she ever stood in allegiance with, she switched up on. Every bitch on Love and Hip Hop, literally, including Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj herself. So not gonna lie, I do believe Nicki.
Before we get into our next blind item, I do want to share that my episode on Poppity is out right now with Joey Graceffa. I can't believe I ate crumble with him and had Erewhon smoothies. I just never thought I would be in the same room, or I mean, let alone a car, with Joey Graceffa. It was a really fun interview. If you guys want to go and check that out, you can click the card right here or right here and go and watch it now. Our next blind item is about Addison Rae, and I'm actually really interested in this because I do like Addison, and she's been with this guy, allegedly Omar, for quite some time. But this item reads, as soon as the former TikTok star landed the billionaire, the now singer dumped her boyfriend. Now, I don't know Omar, I can't hate on him. I just remember his bright red hair, and they've been together for a while, so maybe he's like a real one, staying with her for the right reasons before she became this pop star. Now, sources are saying that Addison and Omar have broken up. It also looks like they're trying to backdate some of the dates to say the breakup was earlier than it was, to maybe cover up any new relationship and cheating overlap. I did see that Addison's father got married in Vegas recently, which is just so cringe to me. He makes me cringe.
Both of Addison Rae's parents, Sherry and Monty, have remarried since their messy divorce in 2022. If you guys can recall, in the summer of 2022, both Sherry and Monty made headlines after cheating allegations came out against Monty. He had allegedly cheated on Sherry with several women, one of them being Renee Ash, who was completely blindsided to find out that Monty and Sherry were actually still together while they were dating. Renee and Monty went on to date on and off for a year, I believe, and then they officially called it quits. And Sherry's first relationship outside of Monty was with Young Gravy. Last year, Sherry married Jess, a local football coach. They had a very intimate wedding. Addison was there, and so were her brothers. And now TMZ has learned that Monty has remarried a medical professional named Caitlin from Louisiana. They had a whirlwind 2-week romance. Monty tells TMZ that he didn't tell anyone about the wedding. He was just following his heart, and he has never been happier. He loves this woman. TMZ reports that Monty told them that he's always believed in love at first sight. After meeting Caitlin at a bar in Louisiana, he says they've been inseparable, and one night when she caught him staring, he called her my future wife. Moments later, he proposed without a ring, and 12 hours after that, they said I do at the Little Chapel of Hearts.
As far as their relationship goes, they kept it so private, so I can't imagine this like harming or giving Addison any backlash, or Omar. I mean, supposedly Addison believes she'll be the next biggest thing. Comment below if you agree, which is why she wants to separate from him and just go and see what the world has to offer her.
Addison Rae is officially single. She and Omar Fadi broke up after 4 years. Apparently they broke up a couple months ago. I thought they'd been broken up for a while now.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard shit about Omar.
No.
He's been off the grid. There were also rumors that she was like maybe seeing someone who she was working with.
There was a little bit of rumors about her and Somber there for a minute too.
And there were rumors about her and Somber.
And so I'm like,
Somber's one we dragged last week for that weird kid shit.
Yeah, who's 20.
Yeah.
I'm like, Addison Rae, you don't need to date a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Unwell Girls. Hey, Hannah. Shout out to them. We love Hannah Kosh over here on this channel. Now, I did see Addison and Somber got very cozy for a music video shoot, and Somber has said that he's really impressed by her. Some people speculate that that could be a relationship, but please don't. Like, just, I cannot see it. Let's talk about another messy love triangle. Olivia Jade, we've got Jacob Elordi, and this new character, Kristen. The barely there celebrity offspring doesn't have to be the punching bag for the A-list actor any longer. Do we just like go over a domestic violence? Like, what's the punching bag mean? Stomach just like sank. I hope he's not physical. He's a big guy too. He's like 6 foot, what, 5'7"? He has an illiterate model for it now, which would be Kristen. Somebody asked, literal punching bag or figurative? I fully expect Jacob Elordi to get outed for something bad in the next year or two. Somebody else said, I really hope so. He's a known abuser. And that's something I did not know about Jacob Elordi. But, I'm going to put that on my notepad and make sure we keep note of that. We got our eye on him. I did not know he was problematic like this, but him and this model Kristen are seen together having dinner. Him and Olivia have been like on and off for so long. It's time for him to move on. And it looks like it wasn't their first time hanging out. Dumoy reported that they had been seen before having dinner, having lunch. The Washington Street Journal asked him if he wanted to clear up some rumors surrounding Olivia Jade. He's been doing press for the Frankenstein film. Jacob was asked if he wanted to address the rumors about his personal life. When he responded with 5 long seconds of silence, I felt deeply uncomfortable and took that as a no. He did say, though, he wants to have kids one day. He said, my dream is to facilitate a childhood. Facilitate? Why the word facilitate doesn't seem like it fits there. Facilitate a childhood like the one I had. It would just make me the happiest person in the world.
Some exclusive news, Jacob Elordi and Olivia Jade have split yet again, so here's the breakdown. A source told People that it was fully over and that they are not getting back together. And our source added, she's fine about the Jacob split, but she's more upset about what's going on with her father. And for context, Olivia Jade's parents, Lori Laughlin and Massimo Giannulli, announced that they would be splitting up after 28 years of marriage earlier this month. They recently found a buyer for their Hidden Hills area home in Los Angeles amid their divorce. And a number of Laughlin's friends are coming to her support at this time, most notably being John Stamos, who she co-starred in Full House with. And John called Massimo a narcissist.
This next blind item is about Britney Spears and her agent, Cade Hudson, who I do not like. He actually got fired from one of the big agencies for using his power to elicit you-know-what. But this blind item reads, the recent action by the permanent A-list singer is nothing new, probably by deleting her account, but she has actually established an account for OF. Will she follow through? Her manager wants her to. Money in his pocket. Now, it's not a foreign concept for an artist to create an OF. I mean, we've seen Cardi B do it. We've seen Bad Baby do it. But Britney Spears just doesn't seem like she would do that. This comment reads, it's disturbing. Somebody says, might as well. The way that she's dressed in her Insta post is literally inches away from an OF account. I can imagine her manager saying to her, why not do the same dancing on OF instead of free on Instagram? Now, I'm actually concerned about Britney Spears because she seems like she's spiraling after driving crazy on the road, and this new memoir came out from Kevin Federline. She has not been doing well, and her only way of communicating to us has been through Instagram. So her deactivating it, I mean, it is nothing new, but during this really tumultuous time, I am worried about her well-being and the well-being of the people on the road, because if you've not seen those clips, they are wild. We actually go through that in my Nicki Minaj Britney double topic video as well, so check that out. But fans have been voicing concern about Britney's post. On October 7th, she posted a video where her arms and legs are covered in bruises. She's got bandages on her hands, and she was posting about brain damage. So everyone's concerned for good reason.
People are very concerned for Britney Spears after seeing what she's been posting to TikTok. So if you go on Britney's TikTok right now, you're going to see some very disturbing posts. Now, the actual posts that she's putting up are concerning, but the descriptions that she's putting on some of these posts are what make it seem like something is very, very wrong. In some of these descriptions, she does things like call herself Mother Teresa. And if you just go through and read through these different descriptions yourself, they definitely come off like they were written by someone who is not mentally fully there. I hope whatever's going on, she ends up getting help for it very, very soon.
Our next blind item is about Sydney Sweeney, her ex-fiance, and Scooter Braun. Sydney was recently spotted hanging out with her ex-fiance, so it seems messy. It reads, the emergency meeting between the illiterate actress and her ex was so that he could tell her the producer was cheating on her. So it seems like Jonathan Davino was trying to warn Sydney that Scooter was cheating. This comment reads, the former fiance is probably kind of protective over Sydney, even though they're not together anymore. The breakup is not all bad for for him. Dating her probably puts his restaurant on the map. She's just pitting her sugar daddies against each other and manipulating everyone. Yeah, I wouldn't always believe what an ex told me about my new boyfriend. Cheyenne said, couldn't he just call her? Sounds like he wants her back. He should leave her alone. Side note, I could tell you that she's definitely hooking up with Jay Peninsky. Scooter Braun is losing it. It does seem like Jonathan acted as her Uber recently because he picked her up after she got dinner with her friends and drove her home. But it doesn't seem like it was a great ride. A witness said that they heard screaming as she exited the vehicle. Plus, it was super chaotic when all the paparazzis were swarming her. But I guess Scooter Braun does not mind that Sydney is now getting a ride from her ex-fiance because they were spotted together publicly shortly after, probably trying to clear the air as far as their relationship status goes, because Sydney is confusing everyone.
How you doing, Sydney? Good night, guys. Good night.
So it seems like things are heating up with her and Scooter Braun. I am not a fan of Scooter Braun. He's terrible. He's tried to get my channel deleted in the past, so we don't try to show his face ever in these videos. He's just an awful person. But you guys know that Sydney Sweeney left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths after her American Eagle campaign. Other people don't care. I honestly just don't care at this point, but she did do an interview where she explained some of her response to the controversy, and I wanted you guys to see this because it's currently going viral.
We're sort of talking around this American Eagle ad right now, and maybe we should just talk about it. So, were you surprised by the reaction?
I did a jean ad. I mean, the reaction definitely was a surprise, but it was, I love jeans. All I wear are jeans. I'm literally in jeans and a t-shirt like every day of my life.
Jeans are uncontroversial. Jeans are awesome.
Yeah, I like your jeans.
You look great in your jeans. I think I know how you're going to answer this, but I'm going to ask anyway. I mean, the president tweeted about the jeans ad, or Truth Social about the jeans ad, and that just seems to me like a very crazy moment for anyone, and I wondered what that was like.
It was surreal.
It was surreal.
Mm-hmm.
Our next blind item is about Benson Boone and the girlfriend he left behind, Maggie. It reads, the literate singer has been spending more time with his boyfriend, which is what kind of ruined the last relationship he had with a woman. This comment reads, definitely closeted Mormon Benson Boone. Now, I'm not going to speculate about Benson Boone. I feel like all the pop guys like, Shawn Mendes, Troye Sivan, I'm just kidding. Troye Sivan is actually gay, but they all kind of get ragged on and people think that they're gay. There are some people who are speculating, though, that Benson did cheat on his longtime girlfriend, Maggie. Maggie low-key accused Benson of cheating, and there are rumors that he did with his childhood friend, I guess it's Kylie. It's Kyle Anderson. Oh my gosh, after the gay talk, I'm like, wait, Kyle or Kylie? I guess Kylie dropped an interesting song titled Benny, and she sings in the lyrics. I guess she's a singer too. We said we'd be best friends. Now we make out in my Mustang all day. Might be more than just friends. It's all about being in love with your bestie who has a girlfriend. And the guy that she even included in the music video looks a lot like Benson Boone.
So Benson's ex-boonette Maggie Thurman posted this on TikTok.
Remember how it felt when he cheated on you, though?
Which time? And for those of you who are like, bro, Benson would never cheat, Maggie is here to say, no, yes, he did. This is going to sound like a little bit of an oxymoron, but I love the cryptic transparency because she couldn't be any more clear. And I do remember the timeline being a little sus in September when we saw Maggie at Benson's show on the 7th. And then the 9th, he gives this emotional speech about someone leaving your life. And then the very next day, the two unfollow each other. But they don't only unfollow each other, they also both unfollow Benson's alleged former bestie from Utah, Kylie Anderson, who is the other woman in question. Let me tell you something about Kylie Anderson. In August, she released a song called Benny. Who else does she call Benny in her life? Benson Boone. This song, Benny, is all about a secret love affair between two friends, and there's a girlfriend involved, and the girlfriend is always going to come first. And also, the man in the music video happens to look a lot like Benson Boone, with lyrics like, we said we'd be best friends, and now we're making out in my Mustang. Girl, Benson, if I'm your boonette, I am now your widette. I'm dead to you, and you're dead to me.
Our next blind item is about Joe Keery and Sabrina Carpenter. The fans of this 80s streamer are obsessed with him dating the coffee singer. The coffee singer is getting annoyed, though. She does this segment where she arrests someone, and there was a little bit of chemistry there. I mean, I saw her do this with Nicole Kidman, and she also acted the same way, so maybe not. But on October 10th, it looks like Sabrina was attending Joe's show, his performance for his band, Djo, I believe. It's DJO. He actually makes really great music. The source says that Sabrina literally walked by me at his show, did not make a stage appearance, so she was there to see him. And I mean, Sabrina's a really busy person, so if she's going to take the time to go and watch your set, there's got to be a reason. So fans took this as a sign that there could be some interest here. And then Joe posts this on Instagram where he's got these fuzzy handcuffs, very similar to what Sabrina Carpenter uses in her show to arrest people. Speaking of the arrest, this happens when she's performing her song Juno, and here's a clip of Joe having a lot of fun.
Oh my goodness, wait. Whoa. Do you see? What's your name? Joe? Hi, Joe. You know, Joe, it's actually cuffing season. I don't know if you know that. It's like we're getting... I was wondering if you seem very eager, actually. This is so rare. Okay, you're the one. We did it, Joe.
Our next blind item is about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. It isn't the SEX tapes that the illiterate reality star is worried about coming from her ex. It is the recordings of her saying multiple things that would get her canceled and some of the cosplay he forced her to engage in with him. I mean, Kanye seems to be interested in some freaky stuff. I'm assuming he makes Bianca do some weird things. He must have been like this for a while. I'm guessing that she said some anti-Semitic things that might get her canceled. Somebody said forced? ? It's always the terrible man's fault for making these grown women do things. Somebody said, I don't like Kanye, but he never forced her to do anything. Now, we don't really know that because we don't know what happens behind closed doors. This person said, all I want for Christmas is Kimmy's cancellation. Merry Christmas indeed. I mean, recently Kim said that she's suffering Stockholm syndrome from the abuse that she had gone through and that she's starting to have psoriasis again and health problems because of all the stress. She had like a little mini aneurysm.
I didn't like the feeling of like someone being like maybe talking bad about, you know, my kids' grandmother, aunts, like all of those feelings. If someone feels that way, then, you know, we shouldn't be together, you know, maybe airing out a lot of stuff, a lot of personal stuff.
Ooh, that's a great clip.
Wow.
That's a great clip,
It's
man.
so much, and I can only imagine how much she wants to say and probably couldn't say and could have said it, but she also feels that she felt like unsafe.
Just not feeling safe, you know, not even physically, just like maybe emotionally or even, you know, financially, because you have, you know, big ideas. I mean, I would like come home and we had like 5 Lamborghinis and I'd come home and they'd all be gone, you know, if he was in an episode, and I'd be like, oh wait, where's all our cars? Like my new car. And it would be like, oh, he gave them away to all of his friends. And then I'd be like, huh, okay. And then I'd come home again. And at a different point we had, you know, 5 more Lamborghinis, and then I'd wake up in another episode and they'd all be gone again. And that time I was like, keep them, guys. I didn't know, you know, what you're going to get when you wake up. And that's like a really unsettling feeling.
It does seem like Kim and her family are already like 10 steps ahead. So if they knew that he had some baggage on them, maybe they would go and try to paint this picture of like they're a victim, he's a monster before anything's released. But also Kim was famous before Kanye and she's had one tape leak. I don't know if she would ever create another one after that. But I want to hear what you guys think of this episode of Blind Item Breakdown in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed. Which was your favorite blind item? Let me know, and make sure you go and check out the Let's Get Into It podcast. We posted that yesterday, a bunch of hot topics there, and we've got plenty of videos on my channel, so please subscribe if you are not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in a new video soon. Bye guys.